Whispers Around the World, a Heal Our World book from SufferingWell. Chapter 26, Radiant Faith. Patty had just settled into her morning routine, sipping coffee while reviewing her notes on Lesotho when her phone rang. She picked it up, surprised to see that the call was from Radiant Faith, the magazine she'd been writing for over the past few years. She answered, wondering what the editor, Maria Hernandez, might need so early. "Good morning, Patty." Maria's voice was enthusiastic and familiar, with an edge of excitement. "I hope I'm not catching you at a bad time." "Not at all," Patty replied, smiling. She always enjoyed talking to Maria. "How can I help?" "Well," Maria began, "I'm calling because we've been receiving a lot of wonderful feedback from our readers about your last article on the How Initiative. It seems like it really struck a chord, and people are eager to know more about how the experience is affecting you personally." Patty felt a flicker of surprise, followed by gratitude. "I'm so glad to hear that. It's been a blessing to share the journey." "We're so grateful you have," Maria continued. "With that in mind, we'd love for you to write a follow-up piece. This time, though, we'd like you to go a little deeper. Tell us about how God has been working in your life through the How Initiative. What have you learned? How has it changed you?" I think it would be very inspiring for our readers to hear that side of the story. Patty felt a surge of both excitement and humility. "I'd be honored to write about it, Maria. The How Initiative has really opened my heart in ways I didn't expect." "Perfect. We can't wait to see what you come up with," Maria said. "Feel free to be as open and reflective as you'd like. Our readers love to see how God is at work in real, everyday lives. Let's aim to publish this in the next issue." They discussed a few more details, and after saying goodbye, Patty turned back to her desk, her heart full. She knew exactly where she wanted to start and sat at the computer to begin drafting the piece. The draft of Patty's article. How the How Initiative Opened My Heart. There are moments in life when God takes us on unexpected journeys, paths we may never have chosen for ourselves, but that lead to profound change. When I joined the How Heal Our World initiative last year, I felt an ordinary desire to make a positive impact. What I didn't anticipate was the way this experience would change my heart, my faith, and my view of the world. Through How, I committed to praying for one country for an entire year, lifting up its people, their challenges, and their dreams. At the time, it seemed simple enough, a way to broaden my prayer life and engage with the world in a new way. But as the weeks turned into months, I realized that this journey would be anything but simple. Choosing a country, which for me turned out to be Lesotho, led me down a path of deep compassion and reflection. I began to research the lives of the people there, learning about the challenges they face and the beautiful resilience that sustains them. It didn't take long for my prayers to become intensely personal. These weren't just distant strangers. They became brothers and sisters in Christ, whom I felt a genuine responsibility to lift up in prayer. But it wasn't just about them. It was about me, too. Through this process, God began to work on my own heart, peeling back layers of doubt and hesitation that I didn't even realize were there. I found myself challenged to trust Him more deeply, to rely on His guidance as I explored how my prayers might make a difference, even from so far away. A new view of prayer. One of the most profound lessons I've learned is that prayer is powerful, even when we can't see the immediate results. As I prayed for Lesotho, I started to feel the familiar weight of doubt. Would these prayers really change anything? What difference could one person's words make in the face of such challenges? But as the days passed, I began to see small signs that my prayers, along with those of others in the How community, were indeed making a difference. I read about new health programs being implemented, education initiatives gaining traction, and support organizations stepping up to help. While I may never know how directly my prayers influence these changes, I believe that God is at work, hearing our cries for a world that often feels too broken to heal. A spirit of unity and compassion. In the How Initiative, I'm not alone. I'm part of a family, a global community of people from all walks of life who are committed to lifting up the world in prayer. The friendships I've formed within this group have given me a renewed sense of purpose and connection. Each time we gather, whether in person or online, I'm reminded that our small prayers combined have the power to move mountains. My involvement in How has also inspired me to extend my prayers beyond Lesotho. Now, when I hear about events happening around the world, I find myself pausing to pray, asking God to be present in those places and with those people. It's a small habit that has opened my heart to see the world through God's eyes, with compassion for people I may never meet. Growing in my Catholic faith. As a Catholic, my faith has always been a central part of my life. But through the How Initiative, I've come to understand my faith in new and beautiful ways. I've learned what it truly means to offer up my suffering for others, to unite my own struggles with Christ's, trusting that He can transform them for good. This is one of the many gifts that Catholicism has given me, a perspective on suffering that brings purpose and peace. I've also grown in my devotion to the Church's mission, realizing that we are all called to participate in God's work, whether we are far or near. My prayers for Lesotho may not change the entire country, but they change me. They shape my heart to be more like Christ, drawing me closer to Him in love and trust. An invitation to join the journey. If you feel a desire to bring hope and healing to the world, I invite you to join us in the How Initiative. Whether you can commit to a year of prayer for one country or simply pray alongside us from home, there is room for everyone in this mission. You may join a group, start your own group, or do it alone, though you will really be doing it with people all over the globe. And it's not too late to start. In a world that often feels overwhelmed by darkness, we have the opportunity to be lights, shining with God's love and faith. My journey with How has shown me that each of us has a part to play, and together we can make a difference.